Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got my unboxing and first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Stay tuned, and we'll dig right in. Okay, so here we have the Galaxy Note 8. This is the midnight black version on T-Mobile. I'm excited to get this phone. I've been rocking my Note 5 for over a year now, and it's time for an upgrade. I do want to mention that the first con that I have with this phone, without even unboxing it first, is the price. $940, $950, depending on what carrier you go with. I bought mine on SWAPPA, and I want to plug them because they are an excellent service. They'll have a link in the description below to swappa.com. I picked this one up brand new for $700, so I saved myself about $250 by going to SWAPPA. So let's take a look at the box. Premium packaging, as usual, from Samsung. They do a great job with packaging. I don't have any problems with their packaging. It always looks really, really good. I'm going to have to get an unboxing knife here so that I can cut the seal on this box, and we'll get this open, and you guys can check out what comes inside. So obviously we have the phone itself, wrapped in plastic here, a holder underneath, and we'll get all of this out so that you guys can see the contents of the box. They give us a SIM eject pin here. There's usually some there we go, the stickers that have my IMEI number on them. So our SIM eject tool. We also have some documentation in this box. This will be our T-Mobile startup guide and some other basic documentation that you get with your Note 8 here, your Samsung account and that type of thing. Of course, that Galaxy Note 8 T-Mobile welcome guide as well. So we'll get those out of the way. Not really what you guys are interested in at the moment. They give us a few adapters here. They give us two adapters, actually. The first one I want to take a look at is this bigger adapter. This bigger adapter is a USB Type-C to a USB OTG port, so that you can actually hook up a USB drive, or you can hook it up to another phone and transfer your data from one phone to the other phone. And the second one is a USB-C to micro USB adapter, so you can actually use your old micro USB cables and turn it into a USB-C cable to be able to charge and sync your data with your phone. So for someone like me who doesn't have a lot of USB-C type cables, that's actually pretty cool that they threw that in. Inside, of course, is our adapter. This is our adaptive fast charging adapter that you'll get here with your Note 8. And it will do quick charging so that you can charge your phone up quickly when you need a bit of juice. You do get some cables as well. You will also get your USB to Type-C cable. You're going to get some AKG earbuds because, of course, this phone still has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which is awesome. As you can see on the bottom here, it's still present along with the USB Type-C. You'll also get a few other things here. You're going to get a removal tool for your S Pen tips and some replacement tips as well in case you need those, so that's welcome in case I need to replace the tip. And I also have some replacement earbud in different sizes for those AKG earbuds that they give you. So let's get all of this out of the way, and we'll take a look at the phone itself and some of the... Okay, so now that I have the actual plastic off the phone, let's take a look around the ports on the phone itself here. And we have that 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I'm glad that they kept that. USB Type-C for charging and for data transfer. Your primary microphone and speaker. And of course, the S Pen on the bottom here. I've been a fan of the Note series since the first Note, so I find myself using this pen quite a lot during my daily use. If we take a look at the upper bezel here, this is where you're going to have your IR sensor for your iris scanning. You're going to have your speaker for your headset. You're going to have that 7 megapixel front-facing camera, and we'll get into specs in my in-depth review, all on that slim bezel at the top. You're going to have on the right-hand side your just singular power button. On the left-hand side, you're going to have a volume rocker at the top, and you're going to have a dedicated Bixby button. Time will tell whether you will be able to disable that or not. And on the top, you have your secondary microphone. You're also going to have your SIM card tray, which is going to allow you to add extra storage via microSD. Now you can see this gets a lot of smudges on it, so I expect that you'll want to get a case right away for this particular backing. You're going to have your fingerprint sensor, you're going to have your heart rate sensor and flash, and you're going to have that dual camera 12 megapixel system that they have here for the Note 8 series. It's the first dual camera system that they have for Samsung, and it's very flush to the unit. Looks really, really good. No camera bump like in the Note 5. So let's check out some of the new things that I've seen just right off the bat. This isn't going to be an in-depth review. I am definitely going to be using this for quite some time before I do an in-depth review, so give me some time on that. It's very, very fluid. With 6 gigs of RAM, you would expect it to be so. I don't notice any lag whatsoever. The app drawer now is a swipe up or a swipe down from the home screen. By default, you do not have, like a little icon that says that you have an app drawer. You do have on-screen buttons now instead of that dedicated hardware button. You can rearrange those buttons. They allow you to do that. I will touch on that a little bit more. And you can also hide that navigation bar altogether if you want to, so you don't have to see it if you don't want to. Now, speaking of the S Pen, we're going to look at Air Command here. I use the S Pen quite a bit, so let's take a look at Air Command and show you some of the newer things that have come with it. Smart Select and Screen Write have made a return. Live Message is one of the newer ones here, where you can actually write on the screen. And what will happen is it will convert whatever you write on the screen here. And that was a terrible write behind the camera, but if you want to start over, you can hit that middle icon and start over. So I'll do that. And you can write like hi or anything that you want to. Now, if you want to play it back, this is what it looks like. When you play it back, it's going to save this as a GIF or GIF. Leave a comment in the comment section below whether you think it's GIF like the peanut butter or GIF. You can change the color and the thinness or wideness of your strokes there, and I'll write my name here. And you don't have to use the little stardust effect. You can change the effects on it as well, and then you can play it back to see what it's like. And you can save this, and then you can send this directly via a message. You can post it on Facebook. You can do whatever you want. You can also do this when you are capturing a screen capture of the screen and you want to do something. You can do it that way too. So very interesting with Live Message. Translate makes its way back. Bixby Vision is something that is new that comes with Bixby. That is something where you can hover your S Pen over something to select it, and then you can actually go into settings for Bixby Vision, and it will show you all kinds of stuff, shopping, images, so you can search for images similar to the one that you're looking at, and it'll search on the web for it. If you want to do shopping, again, you can do this with the camera as well. You can take a picture of something, and then it'll bring it up on Amazon and show you where you can buy it. Wine, this is another thing. You can have it look at the label of the wine, and you will discover more about the wine's vintage. If you're a wine connoisseur, you can do that. Extract text or images, or from images, or translate it. QR codes as well. So Bixby Vision is something that, as I go through this, I will take a bigger look at it. Now, of course, you can always add shortcuts. This is something that they've had for a while as well. So we can add shortcuts if I can actually hit it behind the camera. And you can see that we can add all the shortcuts, anything that you have pretty much installed. So if I want to add speed test, I can add that down here, and you can have up to 10 of these. If I want to add a few more, I'll add YouTube Studio, and I'll just add Voodoo here, and we have a total, I believe, of 10. So we do have a total of 10 here. So now if we go back and we hit it, obviously we'll have access to all of those as well. So very, very cool that you can do this. This was already a thing, but I just wanted to kind of touch base on it again to bring it up. Now, noticing that that navigation bar now has a dot next to it, you can double click that dot and it will hide the navigation bar. So again, behind the camera, it's kind of hard to do, but if you double click it, you can see now it disappeared and you'll have full screen. If I want to bring it back up, I can just swipe up from the bottom. And if I want it to come back, I can swipe up from the bottom and just double click on that dot and get it to come back up. As you can see, it's popping up on the screen, but I'm doing it behind the camera and failing miserably. But that's okay, there we go. Double tap to hide your navigation bar. Sometimes you want that navigation bar to be there. Sometimes it gets in the way, so it's great that you can actually hide it and get it out of the way in certain applications. Now, when you're watching movies and stuff like that, usually it auto hides itself, so it's not really a big deal. But for me, it's very interesting because it is the first time I've really had on-screen buttons in a Galaxy phone. So these are just some of the things that I came up with just by scanning it. I've only had it for less than a day doing the unboxing and kind of setting things up. You know, you get some of the stuff coming back like performance mode and blue light filter, secure folder. Another one that is new that I saw here is edge lighting, and I'll go over that really quickly. Now, this will light up the edge of your screen when you receive notifications instead of regular pop-ups. I'm not quite sure if this was on the S8 or S8 Plus. You guys can let me know below whether it was or was not. I did not have either of those phones. And you can have it when the screen's on or off or always. Manage your notifications, and you can go in and change the color to match the wallpaper, the app color. You can make it narrow or you can make it wide, and you can see that it's going around the screen in blue right now. And you can adjust the transparency from low to high as well, kind of like the Edge app panel where you can adjust the transparency and the width of that as well, which I'll get into in my full review so that you guys can check that out. So this is a pretty interesting feature I thought that I would mention just in the unboxing and first impressions. So this is the unboxing and first impressions of the Note 8, and so far I'm pretty pleased with the infinity display and all of the things that they've added, these extra things that they've added, especially coming from the Note 5. So if you guys want to see anything specific, please leave comments in the comment section below so that I know what to cover in the full review, and please give me some time. I'm going to probably use this for at least a few weeks before I do a full review on the Galaxy Note 8. So this was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review, and this was my unboxing and first impressions of the Galaxy Note 8. Please leave some comments in the comment section below if there's anything specific that you guys would like to see in the full review that will be coming up in at least a few weeks. Again, thanks for watching. Give this a thumbs up if you guys liked the video. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so, because that always helps me out, and I'll check you guys out on the next video.
Oh, sunny day.